I'm Charles Embry, and we're in the northwest corner of Barren County. I'm a member of the Barren Beef Group, have been since about 2002, which makes that about 15 years. The group started about, 17, 18 years ago. My ex-ag teacher was one of the founding members, Jerry Greer. Richard Brown was a second guy, and they decided one time that they wanted to put their cattle together and know they could make a little money if they could get cattle sold as a lot. But the two of them didn't have enough cattle, so they went out looking for more folks that had the general genetics that they had, and kind of the same idea. And they picked up 4 or 5, and it was starting to work. And then I came along and got invited to join the group, and asked to join and got invited to, and I did. And it's probably been one of the best things that I ever did for my farm and my operation. I have run as many as 100 cows. I run 50, 55 cows, mama cows. My ambition every morning when I get up is I'm going to make more money off of my 50 cows than most people's going to off their 75 cows. I don't want more cows, I want less cows, but I want more money. So I'm going to try to do everything I can to make as much as I can off the cows I've got. The number I really like to get caught up with is one at the bottom at the end of the year. So for me to run 75, 80 cows, it's not worth it. You know, I'd rather do a really good job on the 50 or 55 cows I've got and come out with more money.
Okay, my name is Roger Smith. We're at Cave City, Kentucky, gateway to Mammoth Cave. There's a little over 300 acres, and basically it's just a cow-calf operation, and then we, background a few calves. Barren Beef is primarily a marketing group. Basically, the group's intent is to work together and try to market premium feeders. Primarily we want people who are interested in improving their cattle herd, improving their calf crop, and also improving the money they're going to get out of them, because we get a premium for our cattle for multiple reasons, because the people who have bought from us over the years understand the vaccination program that our cattle have. They understand the type of feed and condition they're going to be in, and we're supplying them in truckload lots of similar cattle. We're only doing, because of the area we're in, we're only doing black cattle, because that's what we can get the premium for. So, and we explain all of this to, any potential new members. When, if the member is interested, we go look at their cattle, and then we'll actually discuss the situation with the other members, and the members have a vote, and currently it's always been that it has to be 100% vote for somebody to get in.
I'm David Billingsley. We're at on the south side of Glasgow. Yeah, we've got about 250 acres that we're taking care of, or leasing or renting or whatever, and plus this 100 acres here. And we usually run somewhere 70, 80 mama cows, and keep all the calves and background them up to, 700, 800 pounds. Well, we used to take, put everything in the computer and sort it out by weights, and like I'd get a group of steers, and somebody else that had a feedlot would get a group of heifers or whatever like that, and we'd already have them co-mingled and ready to sell. But some of them didn't think their calves was gaining as good or whatever, and they wanted to feed them at home. So we kind of quit. Another thing, it's kind of hard. you gotta do it the day you wean them, or you can get into health problems. Because we were backgrounding them at home for a couple of weeks, and when we actually put them together, we was about at the breaking point of when we was going to have any sickness or anything. So, you know, that didn't help when you took that and put them all together at one time there. Now that's the #1 requirement. Everybody has to vaccinate them within the 2-week period there. We'll have a meeting like and decide, you know, when we're going to wean or whatever, and then you can back it up. Early part don't bother you as bad as being late, but you got to make sure that you're going to have enough time to get the 2 shots in there before 45 days thing is.
What really concerns us is the shots at weaning and pre-weaning and at weaning. You got to get those 2 modified lives with pre-sponsor or pastorilla, and then we got to get somnus in those calves. So we use all BI products. One place gets us all of our drugs as much as possible, and we've got a set date that we deliver that first group of calves, so they got to be weaned 45 days, last shot in on that 45 days, and bunk, broke to bunk and water. And that background in 45 days in our health protocol, we feel like adds quite a bit of value, and then we market those calves as potbelly loads. And last year we sold 5 loads, 4 loads of steers and 1 load of heifers.
Well, when we give those shots, everybody weighs them, and either they weighed on the same day, or he's got a formula. We got another guy that does that part. We got a formula that he adds pounds to or whatever to kind of make the days work out. You know, kind of what he figures out they've gained in the past. We've done this enough we pretty well know. The steers is going to probably gain, what, 3 1/4 pounds a day on this feed. And the heifers 2.5. We've had a little trouble, and I guess we've lost some over this too, and I don't know if you want to put this in there or not, but people get in a group, they think they got good cattle, and they put them in there and co-mingle them, and then they kind of see what they got. And some people will go to the trouble to buy a better bull and upgrade, or some of them will just get out.
It is a commitment, and it's a commitment that a lot of cattle people won't do it. They just won't commit to doing things a little different. And we try to do things as alike as possible. It's one of those commitments that you say what you do, and then you go home and do what you say. And once we take a vote on something, the next day we go home and make it work. It's not that you gonna get your way every time, because you're not. I've come out aggravated, mad, but you go home and you make it work. You don't go home and pout and say, well, I'm doing this and that. Once we commit those calves, it's a commitment that we got to stand by. So, like I say, it's say what you do and then go home and do what you say, because reputation is all we got.
Well, the marketing process, basically we take all of the calves are weighed when they're weaned. And then we'll take all the calves, put them together just on an Excel spreadsheet, and sort them by steers and heifers, and then sort them by weight in a descending order. And then group them by truckload lots, which is like 50,000 pounds. So basically just look down the list till you get to 50,000, that's load 1. Second 50,000, load 2 in the steers and heifers. And then normally we've had, like I said, basically 2 groups. One group that will go in December, and then one group that will go in January. We have a lot of repeat buyers now, and we get some feedback. but it's kind of difficult to get carcass information and so forth back, and we like to think that we're doing such a good job, they don't want us to know, how we're performing.
No, we usually have a group meeting and somebody's assigned to sell them. And then we got buyers that we just like put out. We got the load lots, already sorted and whatever. We can send them that information so they know what they're getting, and they have we may give them 2 weeks to bid and a certain date, and whoever's got the highest bid gets the calves. Is what we've done in the last couple of years, but I don't know if that's the best way or not. We're open to suggestions to do it better, but you just got to give and take. You ain't gonna have your way all the time. That's the thing, I don't know everything. Somebody like Charles, he may have a better idea than I got and a better way to do something. You can learn from each other. See, where I don't have to make all the mistakes myself to figure it out.
Sometimes if you came to a meeting that we were conducting, you'd think, well, they're going to fight. We're all pretty close friends. There's not a one in the group that called me that I wouldn't go help do whatever. But there again, we all got one vote. And if it's something that we need to vote on, we table it and we vote. And however the vote goes, when we come home, that's the way it's done. It's no ifs, ands, or buts. That's just the way it is. It's the way it's been from day one, and we've carried on and tried to make that work. And so far we have. And the day that we can't do that is the day that I'll probably be out of the group. But that's our ambition when we set out, is that we come to a decision and we vote on it, and we go home and make it work.